Democratic Republic of North Korea has done a lot.
Do you think, how would you improve Frankenstein?
I would think I would use only the parts of good, strong North Koreans.
Well, now in the Roger, are you okay? Blink if you need help.
I think that North Korea is the best Korea for unification.
You've come around on North Korea recently.
I have. You know why? The Watchers say a lot of good things.
Who are the Watchers?
They're the ones that are guiding me through this. See, I'm in Asia right now, as you can tell by the sign behind me.
Is that true? Yeah, yes, look at that.
And I am taking the route.
He's at the DMZ.
I was in Japan. I'm going to North Korea, going through China, going through the Arabian Peninsula, tip of Africa, then back to the States. But anyway, I'm in North Korea, and the Watchers are telling me a lot of positive things about North Korea.
You want to hear something positive about North Korea? Delicious food. There's a restaurant here in Los Angeles that specializes in North Korean cuisine, and it's fucking great.
See?
Cold noodles, freaking.
It's called the Kami noodle.
It's the what? What?
Is it called the Kami noodle?
No, it is not.
Missed opportunity for him.
It's called Ham Hung. I'll shout him out. Check out Ham Hung if you live in Los Angeles. Not that that's where I live. Redacted, folks. Welcome to Werewolf Radar, the world's premier paranormal preparedness podcast. My name is Jordan Dahl.
I am Nate Balding.
I am Roger Norquist.
Today's episode of Werewolf Radar is brought to you by Monstroco Non-Euclidean Shapewear, fashionable, affordable clothing for a body type that cannot be described with a single human tongue. Monstroco, what the fuck?
Every time I try and say it, I'm all like, oh, I need another tongue to say the thing I'm trying to describe to this tailor. And of course, they don't get it, so all the clothes are made wrong.
It's basically,
like, it's Spanx, but spelled upside down.
Right. But if you look at the way that it's spelled, it makes your eyes bleed. And if you have a body type that corporeal clothes cannot contain, that you try to put on pants and the entire store starts to scream and bats come out of their eyes. This is the shapewear for you. By Monstroco.
Sometimes their items really speak to me, and this one kissed me on the forehead.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my unspeakable horror some.
I love my indescribably horrific wife.
Who wants to go first? I have some craziness. Okay. About Christ and a pyramid.
Whoa. Christ needed a pyramid.
All right, then we're going to go into it. I have this, or learned about this from SoraNews24.com. And it is written by Ona McGee. Mysterious mountain village is home to Christ's grave and an ancient pyramid.
Oh.
Those things make sense.
I'm going to share the screen for our YouTube, and there is the sign.
Wow, cool.
Or one of the signs. There's many signs.
I am your grave.
It's translated perfectly. You translate into Japanese.
This is some of Jesus's later stuff.
Exactly. This is with the twist that no one expects. With local customs linked to Judea, this is a very unusual Japanese community. Did you know that the tomb of Jesus Christ is located in Aomori Prefecture? Well, that's been long reported at least, and it exists in Christ Park, around 40 minutes by car from JR Hochinohe Station. Located in Shingo Village, Christ's tomb isn't the only surprise site at the park. It also has a motherfucking pyramid.
Yeah, it sure does.
Oishigama Pyramid. Translates into Big Rock God Pyramid.
Okay. Now, where did the pyramid come from? Was it built? Did Jesus build a pyramid?
I think that's what the story is kind of implying, but we'll go into it.
Did Jesus build the pyramids?
The village is known as the Village of Mystery and Romance.
It sounds like a song that you sang at Sunday school. Jesus built the pyramids. Jesus rowed the boat.
And as you can see from the sign behind me, it says pyramid straight ahead, Tomb of Christ to the right.
Wow, pretty cool.
Like they're about this.
Is that Japanese?
It is.
Interesting.
Yep.
Christ's tomb is marked as number 1 on the signboard above. We'll share that. Once it gets up to the YouTube, it's right in the middle there. That's Christ's tomb.
Oh, look at that. Can we get a picture of it?
Get a picture of it. Number 3, slightly to the left, is the pyramids or pyramid.
Okay. Can we see a picture of it? Do you have pictures of these
We'll
things?
get to the picture. We have
All right,
the evidence.
I'm excited.
Christ's tomb is marked as number 1 on the signboard above and can be found at the end of a short trail. So what's the deal with Christ's tomb?
Yeah.
So it was first discovered in 1935 by Kiyomaru Takeuchi, who visited from Isohari City in the Ibaraki prefecture. Based on an ancient document belonging to the Takeuchi family. According to the document, it was Christ's younger brother, Ishikiri, who was crucified on the hill in Golgotha.
Oh wow, the old
switcheroo.
substitute Jesus.
Substitute Jesus plan. No one thought of.
The decoy Jesus.
Christ himself went to Japan and lived here in Shingo until the age of 106.
Hey, listen, bro, you gonna take this bullet for me? I gotta be in Japan. I gotta take care of some stuff out there.
The tomb of Christ,
Jesus impression,
known as Toraizuka, is on the right, and on the left is Judahaki, the tomb of his younger brother Isakuri. And every year a memorial service is held at the Christ Festival.
Wow. Where
the Nanya Doraha song and dance is performed as an offering.
This is really throwing a spanner into the whole Christianity thing.
Yeah. Christ didn't
never
rise
died
3 days
any
later.
of your sins.
His brother apparently died and rose again.
His brother did, and then came and joined him in Japan.
Or
apparently, because he also has a tomb there, right?
He does, yes. You got the official website has even more intriguing information listing some of the village's unusual customs, which are similar to customs practiced in Judea. There's a theory that the name of Hirai district in Shingo comes from the word Hebrew. Hirai sounds similar to Hibarai, the Japanese word for Hebrew. In the local dialect, fathers are called Aya and Dada, and mothers are called Appa and Gaga. And in Hebrew, I think, what is it? Ava is father, and Ama is mom. When a newborn child is taken outdoors for the first time, or Ima is mom. Anyway, when a newborn child is taken outdoors for the first time, a cross is drawn on the forehead with ink. There is an old family whose family crest has been the Star of David for generations.
Wow.
Whether or not you believe the authenticity of the ancient document used by the Takeuchi family to find the tomb of Christ,
What?
the points above are undeniably unusual for a community in Japan, adding to the intrigue of the site.
Mm-hmm.
The area around the park is also unusual, as it has used a place of expression through something called the Art Users Conference that works to create a new art space.
What now?
I'll read that again because it takes a turn. The area around the park is also unusual, as it's being used as a place of expression through something called Art User Conference
Okay.
that works to create a new art space.
Okay.
And that's where
weird.
those signs were.
That's pretty.
All of this is
strange.
somewhat weird. That's one
Yeah,
of their
it's a little
signs.
strange, isn't it?
The works above and below, designed to look like road signs, blend into local scenery while expressing a deep, profound message related to the site.
Wow.
I wouldn't say they blend into the scenery.
I wouldn't say
they're giant blue sign.
I wouldn't say
Life-
they're deep and profound.
The
so
sign
much
says,
as
the first sign says, "Life is death's grave."
Whoa.
Oh, you don't think life is death's grave?
You don't
and you
think
have-
the floor is the ceiling's floor?
You have a picture with arrows saying that life leads to death, and science and religion are mingling all the time. They go both ways, you know?
No. One way is science. One way is religion.
Oh, see, I read it as it's part of the games they play and they like to mix.
No. And life will lead to death.
Here you have the other one. I am your grave. And then you have you at the top of the cross, I at the bottom, and they're heading towards the middle. And then you have right on the left side and left on the right side, and they're going in the middle.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun signs, right? That's the art
Those are certainly signs.
the art user conference
Okay.
who call this place home. Also, there's a number of stores in the area that sell many things with Christ like imagery and glee. Even an old character we've talked about on This Week of Weird makes an appearance. You have Keresutupu, which combines the word Christ and stop, and that's Japanese mini stop convenience store logo.
Yeah.
Which is two crosses and a house next to each other.
Cool. Christ.
They also have special Christ mint candies.
Christ mints.
Step right up. Get your Shroud of Turin.
Does your breath stink
I
from
think
being
those are
crucified?
Here we go. Here's the Christ mini mints.
Oh, boy.
Haka.
Those, I'll bet those taste
OMG.
fucking terrible.
Amen mint candy.
I'll bet those taste like cloves and spices that are mentioned in the Bible.
They're called Christ Hatka Ame, which are mint candies. Haka is the Japanese word for tomb.
Oh, okay.
And Ame, which means candy, also sounds like amen, making it a punny souvenir, the author says.
Fun. Puns are
And
fun.
here's who's also promoting it, the Amabi.
Yay.
Oh, whoa, the MLB.
She's all about it. She's all like, have you heard about this Christ dude and his fucking mints?
Look at that. The MLB is Christian. You heard it here. The crossover of the century.
And there's not too much information about the pyramid, sadly.
That's a shame.
It seems to be just like a mysterious.
Is there a picture of it at least?
I'm going through and I'm going to go type in
Give me a little Google. Computer.
computer.
Show
Google.
us Jesus's secret pyramid headquarters in Japan.
Shingo
Samurai
Pyramid.
era Jesus. Computer, play Christ AD. It's on the USA Network, 2 p.m. daytime, before the kids get home.
I mean, here's
Pretty sure Jesus is played by let's say, who was the guy who played Lord Greystoke, Legend of Tarzan?
That was
Christopher Lambert.
Yes, the
Yeah,
Highlander.
He would play Jesus.
Here's what the
Christ
internet
AD.
comes up with for
the
pyramid.
Oshigami Pyramid. Boy, not much of a pyramid, is it?
It might be the top of the pyramid.
Yeah,
I don't know.
More of just a regular rock.
More of a rock that's kind of pointed.
But that's my segment. I bring you the tale of Jesus and his brother, Ishikari.
Okay. Will you, down on the bottom, press the sixth one over the picture? Next one.
Oh, there's some mysterious buildings, but we're not. That's a separate episode.
I just thought that might be the pyramid. Because over on the left, it got 5 stars. This person's like, I never knew that there were 7 pyramids in Japan.
Over 40,000 years old. Supposedly there's 7 pyramids. We might do a segment on the Japanese pyramids. That'd be cool.
It's pretty interesting. Pyramids from around the world. Okay. I think we're done.
End of episode.
Your segment. I'm shutting it down.
I've been shut down.
No, I'm sorry. May I respectfully have the speaking skull, please?
I pass it to you. It's bitey today. It bit my fingers a little bit.
It is. It's hot. Why is it hot? Were you sitting on it? Were you trying to hatch the skull again?
I was trying to hatch the skull again. I just think there's a scary bird in there.
I'm sure there is. Do not visit the scary bird upon us, is what I'm saying. So today, for my segment, I am going to do something we haven't done in a while. I'm going to read from the Libris Monstrum Leviculus. That's right. The stupid monster book.
You're going to hold the monster book and the talking skull after I made it hot together?
No, I'm going to use the tongs and open the monster book inside of its terrarium.
All right.
And then I'll put a handful of crickets in there and slam it shut.
That's how you got bit last time.
Okay, so I'm going to open this to the index, and I'm going to look. For, you know what? Fuck it, random. I'm going to set the book to random. What y'all know about the Rebob? Rebob.
I know nothing. I know nothing.
I don't think I know anything about Rebob.
I don't know too many R-based cryptids, to be honest.
Rebob. Yeah, you can't think of another one? I can think of none others.
I was trying to make a strigoi or a striga, but I was like, no, that's an S, Roger.
I'd never heard of the Rebob before. And I started looking around, and at first it looked pretty grim. I found one entry on cryptids.fandom.com, which, no shade, fandom does a lot of good stuff, but every once in a while you'll find an article that's like the wasp man was a man made of wasps who lives in my uncle's shed, and he scared me. But I ended up finding a pretty decent article from ranker.com by Orrin Gray called Meet the Rebobs, Flying Monkeys of Napa Valley created by the government. That's right.
What? The place where American wine is
Yes, Roger.
made?
Your wine, the wine you might be sipping
Largely
right
produced,
now while you
yes.
listen to this in the bathtub with candle lights on. And that wine could have been crept upon by the mysterious flying monkey, the Rebob.
They may have stomped your grapes.
They might have stomped your grapes. Who knows? And who knows what else they did to those grapes?
They probably cared for them, loved them, pruned them, trimmed them.
Yeah. Oren asks, what are Rebobs? According to true believers, they are real flying monkeys who may have been created by the government, a mad scientist, or both. Possibly as some sort of smokescreen to cover up other Napa Valley conspiracies. So they're alleging that something was so weird in Napa Valley that they were like, God, how do we cover this one up?
And at first,
monkeys?
You better make a chimera.
And in both cases, a mad scientist is involved. It's just whether or not the mad scientist had a grant or not.
Right, exactly. Boy, something's got to be real weird for flying monkeys to be the smokescreen. Like this is the less crazy idea. It says these flying monkeys allegedly look like the ones from the Wizard of Oz, those little blue guys that are flying around. I can't imagine they had like jaunty little jumpers on though.
Oh, that would be going too far.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe like how else are you going to keep track of them? Like when you have to get them all back together, you're going to need something to hold on to. I
guess so. You'd want them in. You got
to keep them chained to some basement.
Different colored bowling shirts or what?
Yeah, you know, just something you can attach a strong network of ropes or chains to.
I understand. It's a good move. Almost everyone agrees rebobs are real flying monkeys that look a lot like the ones from the Wizard of Oz, except scarier. According to at least one account, they are, quote, half monkey, half robot, which might explain their odd name.
Okay.
Regardless, they are almost always described as...
That went so much further.
Buckle up, bro. They are almost always described as flying monkeys, and they typically hang around Partrick Road outside Napa, California.
Now, when you say robot,
we got an address, y'all.
Well, I mean, we should go.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like robot flying monkeys to where like one arm is robotic, or is it like in Army of the Dead when you shoot at them and you hit them, their face reveals that they're a robot zombie, or in this case, a robot monkey?
A Robombi. I'm not sure, you know? Let's read on, shall we?
Okay.
Believers say rebobs were created by mad scientists. According to the Cryptic Chronicles podcast, shout out, most accounts of the origins of the rebobs hold that they were created by an unnamed mad scientist. Well, guess what, folks? We're naming him right now, Randall Rebob. Professor Randall Rebob. In some versions... Go on.
Normally the creature gets named after the scientist, but in this case, we're naming the scientist after the creature.
Exactly. In some versions of the story, the scientist was attempting to combine monkeys and humans, neither of which have wings, while others claim he was working with the government to create a new type of soldier before things got out of hand. So maybe he was trying to combine monkeys and humans, but first he was like, okay, I can't do humans right off the bat. Bats. I'll do bats and monkeys. Monkey bats. Oh, I've always loved the Wizard of Oz. This will be incredible. My kids will love it.
And then the expense report changed as he was buying thousands upon thousands of mating bats.
Napa Valley Register chalks this up to B-rated monster movies of the 1950s and 60s, which seems to be right about when the rumors started spreading of the rebobs. Some believe the flying monkeys are meant to be a distraction. The strange rebobs aren't the only Napa Valley conspiracies that plague the area. In fact, some even believe the flying monkeys themselves are nothing more than a distraction manufactured by the government to cover up other activities such as covert operations related to a supposed doomsday safety center where the president will be housed in the event of a nuclear strike on the United States. While the likelihood...
So he's going to have flying monkeys to protect him.
I was thinking the same thing. He'll have monkeys stationed out front. And
well, you should come to my place. You don't have to go all the way there.
First line of Secret Service.
You don't have flying monkeys.
No, but I would like some.
And you figure if the president's staying at your place.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, Mr. President, you don't have to go so far. You can crash at the Norquist abode.
Bring your monkeys.
Bring your monkeys.
Can hang out. Rebob friendly. While the likelihood of a secret government bunker in Napa Valley may be as remote as the possibility of real flying monkeys, rumors of black helicopters and other strange activity in the area have persisted for about as long as the stories of Rebobs. The Rebobs are rumored to target teens.
Teens in love, perhaps, at Makeout Corner.
Like any good monsters, the Rebobs of Napa Valley like to accost amorous couples who park along the Partrick Road, which winds out of the town of Napa, California, and into the nearby hills. According to the stories, the Rebobs crave, quote, young, passion-filled flesh. They want boners, everybody. They want nothing more than to snap off a boner. No!
I've been
a pickle. Go grab him.
I've been watching a lot of Liver King, and I do agree that if you're going to eat the wing of an animal, it's better to have the blood in there.
Is that what Liver King's doing?
No, but it's believable, right?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Yikes. Also, don't like every other mammal besides humans have a bone in their wang? Not to detour us onto Wang Avenue here.
No, but yeah, scientifically, most
I don't
mammals.
think it's everyone.
No, but most mammals do have a bone in their wang. Like that's how we breed. Is that mammals get the bone in their wang?
That terrifies me because
it feels weird. I have to have the birds and the bees on this show.
That terrifies me because what if you break it?
Well, it's going to heal all weird, and
yeah, if you're lucky,
maybe it changes your evolution.
Yeah. Or you could get like a sling for it, like you know how you get for your arm. Anyway, moving on. But since couples probably don't park down back roads to make out as often as they used to, the Rebobs have refined their methods over the years. We got to get those boners somehow.
Now they just come to your house.
Yeah, they're on Grindr and Hinge now. Some accounts claim the flying monkeys target any car that goes down the road at night, or that the Rebobs spirit away Napa Valley children through open windows. The Rebobs are said to strike near Partrick Road. Partrick Road is a winding lane that leaves the town of Napa, California, and heads into the hills. It has been described as a narrow road draped in darkness and lined with dense foliage. By Sammy Hartley, writing for the Napa Valley Register, Hartley recounted a date night when her husband took her up Partrick Road without warning her of its most infamous inhabitants, the Rebobs. They're also said to lurk.
Is this like common knowledge then among the people of Napa?
Yeah, it seems to be.
And it seems that his lady rightfully refuses to go down said street. And this is a shame on you, sir.
He sprung it on her. They also seem to hang out at a local cemetery. The Rebobs of Napa Valley are said to mainly hang around Partrick Road, but they are also especially associated with one spot in particular, the lonely private cemetery of the family that lends the street its name. Writing for the Napa Valley Register in 2016, Sammy Hartley described the area by saying it wasn't a place for visitors of the human variety. The Partrick family is entwined in the story. Making their home in the Napa Valley since 1856, the Partrick family had a passion for roads, especially Jim. I say, I just love a good road, don't you, Rosemary? I do, Jonathan. Marry me. Yes. Especially Jasper Partrick, who he was just nuts about roads, who was a Napa County supervisor starting in 1906. The Partrick family also ran a candy store for 3 generations, which may be one way the family ties in with the local legend of the Rebobs, which often comes up around Halloween. They also lend their name to Partrick Road, which passes the private Partrick family cemetery, the most commonly reported haunt of the resident cryptids. Interesting. So maybe the scientist is the one who made the Rebob was a Partrick.
That's what I was thinking. He's probably Jasper.
That's what I was going to say too. What if it is a Parker?
Are the Rebobs real? There are still true believers who maintain the Rebobs are hanging around Patrick Road outside Napa, California, to this very day, possibly acting as cover for other more nefarious Napa Valley conspiracies. According to Napa Valley Register, however, by the 1970s, the Rebobs had mostly become the catalyst for a lot of practical jokes. Yeah, you know, the old can of Rebobs, the old Rebob in a sack,
the Rebob claw on a stick.
Yeah, you light a sack of Rebobs on fire and ring somebody's doorbell and run away. While most local newspaper coverage of the Rebobs have been more lovingly skeptical than not, the rumors of Rebobs persist and are so well known around Napa Valley area that when a helicopter began circling overhead one Saturday night, a resident on the next door social media site immediately speculated, Rebobs? So people know about it. You know, it's like pop culture of Napa Valley. The Rebobs have inspired songs. There's a song, there's an album. Hang on, what is the band called? The band is called
Rebob Aplenty.
They're called the Rebobs. And they released an album called Patrick Road with a song called Flight of the Rebobs. The Rebob almost became the mascot for a local school in 2018. Yeah, Napa High Rebobs, but they didn't go for it.
Boo.
It's a bummer.
That is a real bummer. That would have been cool.
I mean,
well,
how great would it be to you're heading to state.
Yeah.
And you've got your actual flying mascot.
Yeah. Yeah, they would have to genetically engineer some sort of mascot at the end of the day to be like, you know, they're real.
Every jersey comes with a pair of iron wings, a jetpack.
God. Fucking crash helmet. All right, there you have it. That's Jordan's Rebob Repo Depot. I now respectfully chuck the talking skull over to Nate, and I
got it.
Take a handful of crickets and slam them in the Libris Monstrum Leviculus. There we go.
I can't find the song. I don't think it's on Spotify.
We'll find it eventually. Well, I have a list of various wintertime monsters.
Ooh, winter boogums.
Winter boogums.
Check out that Krampus t-shirt from the Werewolf Radar merch store.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. In fact, get it. It's very good. So first up is the Chinoo. Chinoos, while they can't take human-like form, are yet much more frightening. Of course, this may be because they're human-eating giants. Maybe the most terrifying thing is that they were once mere humans, which essentially makes them really tall, overweight cannibals with lack of proper hygiene.
Without proper hygiene?
Yeah, it says that they lack proper hygiene.
I don't like ghost. I don't want a smelly ghost.
A big stinky cannibal. I don't know. I'd like to smell them coming.
Yeah.
But it does explain sometimes the sulfur smell.
An evil spirit will true. Sometimes an evil spirit will possess a human and turn them into a Chinu. More often, however, it's the result of their own cannibalism.
Oh, it's like a bit of a
yes, almost. It's a Wendigo type.
A bit of a Wendigo. So like
okay.
you eat the flesh, the sweet flesh of man, and then you can't get enough, and you become one of these.
No,
yeah.
Listen. I've had enough of these legends insulting cannibalism. All right. I'm sorry that you don't need to eat your fellow man to survive, but sometimes you're flying throughout the mountains of Chile and you crash and you have to eat the dead to survive, to be alive.
God, there's a very funny comedian whose name I can't remember right now. He's a very nice guy. I'll remember it at some point, but he has a joke talking about cannibals, and then after he tells the joke, he talks about how he was in Portland and somebody was like, that's you're talking down, you're punching down on cannibals. Those people need that. That's part of their culture. And he was like, I want to die. I want to die. Cannibals don't need a champion, I think.
Yeah. They don't need a booster club. That's
no,
hilarious.
I'm doing it.
Right,
Anyway,
Roger.
sometimes you're with your fellow football players and you need to eat the dead ones to survive. That's all I'm saying.
Look,
Anyway, there's a movie about it.
God's forbid we're ever in that situation, but I'll back you up. I'll be like, yeah.
Look, we'll all be on board.
Let's cut the butt. Let's fry it up.
One of them became stronger.
So you're thinking about Ravenous.
No, I'm thinking about the movie Alive, man, and the documentary. Anyway, this is a different podcast.
Oh God, I was thinking about Ernest Saves Camp. Eggs erroneous.
He ate all those kids, and it made him strong enough to stop the invasion.
The axe could not break him.
Yeah. Almost every Chinu was once just a man-eating human. Due to the crime, it's said that their heart turns to pure ice, triggering the change from human to monster. Unlike most evil creatures, though, a Chinu can return to its human form. To do this, the heart must either be extracted or thrown up by the Chinu itself.
Wow.
Then it must be destroyed and being completely melted.
Whoa.
When the Chinu had its heart replaced by a human heart, it turns back into a human.
Oh, weird. Well, where are you supposed to get a fucking human heart from?
That's what I'm saying. You still have to commit a murder.
Yeah.
How do you even get the Chinu sick? It has to throw up its own heart?
You got to tickle. You have to give it tickles.
Or it can be extracted.
Who's so sleepy? What's that? Do you hear that, Chinu? Do you hear that sound? Oh, I think there's another monster coming. Oh, do you hear it? I think it's the tickle monster coming. No, stop it. Stop. That's not cool. Don't you dare.
Here's an Inuit creature, a sea monster. In fact, you don't usually associate sea monsters with the winter because it seems like everything's going to be covered in ice. But this one is around the Alaska Key Islands all the time.
Mm-hmm. What? Forgive me if you said it already. Where does the Chinu come from?
That is not specified. I think it's just kind of a general Arctic Circle-ish.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's better than it. You'll just find it tomorrow. Get ready.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you might.
Feels like an offshoot of the Wendigo. If the norther you go. Carry on.
The sea monster is called the Pal Ryuk.
Okay.
And reportedly resides, like I said, in the Alaska Key Islands. It has a snake-like head that protrudes from the water almost 3 meters.
Whoa.
Which is roughly 10 feet. Although its upper body resembles a snake, it is said to have thick fur, 6 legs, 3 dorsal fins, and 2 heads.
Okay, well, the upper body doesn't resemble a snake, then does it? Because they have 1 head, notably, except for those 2-headed corn snakes. So that is a noted mutation. Carry on.
Each head has a long, slimy tongue.
Yep, that's a snake.
The article says, ready to eat up.
Ooh.
Despite its size, the Pal Ryuk is known for being able to whisk its human victims right off docks and piers so quickly that no one but the victim even notices.
Yikes.
If one is crazy enough to try to set up a play date with this monster, it is rumored that the creature can be summoned.
Whoa.
To call? Yeah.
Yes.
And here's the phone number.
1-900 Pal Ryuk. To call the Pal Ryuk, one must tap on the bottom of a wooden pier. If you're feeling a little crazy, you can even summon it via the bottom of a wooden kayak. While this monster stays in the water throughout most of the year, it's able to swim through the earth with the aid of snow during winter.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
What it says.
That's frightening.
It sounds like a dream creature. Like it can travel
something pretty
via
escapable.
snowfall.
I mean, I guess snow is technically water, just frozen-ish.
Mm-hmm. Water is technically people. People are technically
That's
water.
true. Man, water's everything. The Kikirn. While some believe it to be a vampire dog or a hellhound, the Kikirn is typically known as a large evil spirit dog. It is very easily distinguished from a regular dog as it's completely bald with the exception of its paws, the tip of its tail, and the area around its mouth. These spirit dogs approach travelers during the winter months when they're alone at night in unknown lands. When the beasts get close enough to the traveler, he will suffer endless fits until liberated from the pain by death. While this may seem awful, it's easy to ward off a Kikirn. As long as you can identify the beast, you can escape its wrath.
Okay.
Simply shouting the name, yeah,
Hey, I see you, you fucker.
They feed off the unwitting, and it feels threatened when its intended victim knows its intentions.
It feels like almost like Lewis Carroll, like vaguely educated, like I don't like it when other people know my intentions. Stop knowing my intentions. Stop perceiving me.
Up next, we have the Showman Car. They come to us once again by the way of the Inuit and translates roughly into man of snow. So this is sort of a Yeti, but at the same time, very un-Yeti-like. Showman Car are 7-foot-tall creatures covered in white fur, often said to have twisted black horns and a ferocity matched only by their wisdom. They are nomadic creatures that prefer to remain isolated, but spend a great deal of time observing human life and telling stories about humans to each other. They do not tend to eat people, but rather hunt and fish and regard the land with reverence. Showman Car are willing to interact with the spiritual or wise members of human groups and communicate with them using powerful telepathy. When a Showman Car becomes angry, they can fly into terrifying rages, but telling them stories calms them down. While these dudes are certainly a close relative of the Yeti, the fact that they are story-loving, nature-worshipping psychics should set them apart.
That's amazing. Hang on, whoa! Don't attack me. You want me to put on a video? Matrix? Watch Back to the Future?
We'll come up to the Hayatlek. Again, not 100% sure on that pronunciation. This is the raddest motherfucker on the list, but not the most terrifying.
Nice.
Hayatlek are another friendly and helpful creature. It might be stretching a little to call it a witcher creature, but it is one that originated in the Pacific Northwest and is shared in Alaska. The Hayatlek is a massive lightning serpent that is both an ally and a weapon of the Thunderbirds.
Whoa, sick.
Ally and
might seem
weapon.
out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that Transformer who becomes Megatron's gun.
Hilariously, I thought the exact same thing. I was like, yeah, exactly like that.
A storm-based creature might seem out of place. I presume they mean on this list, but people often forget the fury of the winter storm. Hayatlek are described as huge serpents with heads like knives and tongues that used to hunt whales. The Thunderbird launches the Hayatlek at the whale, causing enough injury for the Thunderbird to carry the whale away in its talons.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah. These creatures were also said to live in freshwater lakes. Apparently, they can just be anywhere, and were incredibly important to the New Chattanooga people. And the last one I have on the list is the
Janet
Ijirak.
in our chat said, when you said ally, I thought monster that supported LGBTQ rights, which I believe Mothman has a lot of nice posters.
Yeah, we don't know that. We don't know that they don't support them.
We know they
I think
support them.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about marginalized beings across the board here. So the last one is the Ijirak. I saved the most terrifying creature for last. The Ijirak is a shapeshifter shadow person capable of taking whatever form it desires. Of course, their natural form is similar to that of a human, only their eyes and mouths are sideways and their eyes glowing a malevolent red.
Uh-oh.
I don't
kidnap
like
children
this.
And lead people fatally astray.
Fatally astray?
They are only seen at... Yeah, if you know, they start tricking you to think you're near your house and guide you away, usually during a storm. and then they get you. They're only seen out of the corner of your eye and cannot be seen if you're looking at them directly.
Oh.
They neither inhabit this world nor are they quite outside of it, existing in two worlds at once. Legend has them as people who went too far north and became trapped between the world of the living and the dead. The home of the Ijirayat is a cursed land, creating mirages that cause people to become increasingly turned around and panicked. Even if you survive an encounter with them, you will have no memory of it, as they cause forgetfulness to those they let live. Ijirayat are generally considered evil, malicious, and to be avoided at all costs. The Ijirak is sometimes confused with the Tariaksuk, another type of shadow person. Tariaksuk are half men, half caribou monsters that can shift between their forms and are possessed of a malignant will, terrible claws, and share the shadow people's abilities of invisibility and non-detection with the Ijirak. However, these are different creatures altogether. Finally, I want to end with a neat location. The Night Garden is a place in the far north where the land of the living touches the land of the dead. This is where the spirits dwell, and where you are taken by the Lord of Dreams when you fall asleep. This mainly has to do with the folklore surrounding the midnight suns that occur. It's not the most common of tales, but cool nonetheless.
Truly.
Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what I've got for Winter Monsters.
Winter Boojums.
Yeah, Winter Boojums.
Yeah, watch out for those winter goblins as the cold sets in out there, folks. Thank you so much for listening.
Oh, I didn't even cover the winter goblins. Birdie.
Thank you so much for listening to
another winter goblins
episode of Werewolf Radar. Make sure to check us out in Birdie Magazine, where Nate Balding wrote about Greek goblins. This month, next month, who knows? It'll be in there. Check out Birdie. We're also on Twitch on the Mondays. Monday, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. You can catch us on twitch.tv/werewolf_radar, where we will be playing D&D for the foreseeable future. Sometimes we smash rats on there, but we will see. Roger, what else?
Patreon.com/werewolf radar. If you want exclusive episodes called Grave Nuggets, curated by Nate Balding, merch that I fixed. Sorry, everyone, Dark Council members. The merch got all fucked up when the creator dashboard changed. But now all the tiers are getting the proper merch again.
Yeah.
And fiction from me, art from Jordan. That's what that merch is.
Yeah.
Grave Nuggets from Nate. That's that Patreon exclusive episode. And I think that's it that I can think of. Our Twitter is our main thing. We're there to watch the trash fire burn even brighter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Twitter, werewolfradar.com. Shout out to Chuck from Snappy Little Numbers for the intro and outro songs. Shout out to you, for the listener, for giving us all of your stars, 5 of them, to our iTunes, please.
Apple Podcast this time. Also, thank you, new Dark Council members. Forgot to shout that at the beginning of the episode. We got a few new
shout out.
Dark Council members. Welcome.
Y'all are the best. Until next time, this is not a super secret, but it is, low key. Don't tell a lot of people about our sign off line. Tell them about the podcast, but we want to surprise them with the sign off line. On the count of 3, our sign off line: 1, 2, 3. Punch the sky!
Spaceman Joe.